Eve.
Welcome now, Bob Ghetti, the host of SuperTalk Eagle Hour. Hey, Bob.
Hey, Gerard, how are you? Good morning to you.
I'm doing fantastic. So are USM and William Carey, man. The Pine Belt represented well in postseason play in college baseball. USM, of course, in the Sun Belt Conference Tournament. They had a good outing yesterday, did they not?
Well, I tell you, Gerard, if you like pitching, they did. It was 0-0 going into the eighth inning against Coastal Carolina, and we were all breathing a little hard, to be honest with you. But fortunately, the Golden Eagles responded, scored 5 runs at the bottom of the eighth inning, and then held off Coastal in the top of the ninth to secure a really important, we believe, first-round win. I'm at the ballpark right now in Coastal Carolina, and Appalachian State are playing in the losers bracket game based on results yesterday. Great game, 3-2 here in the fifth inning. Gerard, I know you're a baseball guy. I got to tell you, man, there's just no place in the world like being at a baseball tournament at this time of the year. It's just wonderful.
It is, man. It's awesome. I do miss it. I know you're enjoying it. And, of course, we got our Sports Talk boys over at the SEC tournament. You know, Bob, what I have observed in my decades now being around the game of baseball is that these guys can play. It doesn't matter what the level is, man. These folks can play. I'm telling you, there ain't a dime's worth of difference between these athletes. They may play in different divisions. They're all pretty dang good.
No, I think you're exactly right. I think you could take the the top-tier Sun Belt Conference baseball teams, and they could go compete with any team and any league in the country. And that's the great thing about college baseball, as you know, Gerard. Anybody can beat anybody on a given day, and it all seems to begin and end on the pitcher's mound. Would you agree with that?
Not only do I, but to your point, you look at the outing USM had yesterday on the mound there. You put that performance against any team in the country, they probably win. That's the point. The one against the one at any level is competitive.
No, there's no question about that. And it was a great pitcher's duel yesterday. You know, when you see a game like that and you got two kids going pitch 7 full innings, you just hate to see either one in a sense lose because they've just given everything they got.
Yeah.
And it was a great performance yesterday. We got a good pitcher's duel going on right here, 3-2 late in this ball game. So Sun Belt baseball is very, very exciting, and the Golden Eagles play this afternoon at 4:30. An old rival. They're going to play Troy for the 4th time this season. All 3 games earlier in the year were an absolute dogfight. I would expect nothing less this afternoon.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good one there. So, and I noticed also that Southern Miss is now ranked. Is that correct, Bob?
Yeah, they're 25th in 3 of the 4 major polls, and they're 38-17 now on the season. Here's a remarkable stat, Gerard, about Southern Miss, and Rick Cleveland pointed this out in an article that he published last week. Southern Miss lost 70% of its roster last year to graduation and in the major league draft. 70%, and here they sit at 38-17. A remarkable job, I think, by first-year coach Christian Ostrander. I think Christian Ostrander is the perfect man to carry on the legacy of Scott Berry.
Yeah, I think you're right. That absolutely looks like the case. So the drama, the dramatic fashion in which the game was won, my understanding is there was some, contemplation over what to do in that situation, whether or not to give the hit away sign. Is that right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. They now picture this. You've got a guy on base. It's 0-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Your guy at the plate has got a 3-0 count. Now, he's Slade Wilkes. He's had an all-conference year. They gave him the go-ahead sign on 3-0, and he put one up against the wall out in left center field. The Golden Eagles hit a 3-run home run after that, but it was Slade Wilkes with a 3-0 sign, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. They give him the go sign, and he delivers. So that's another great thing I think about baseball. There's so many different ways to think out individual plays, and there's so much strategy, and I know that's probably one of the reasons you love the game too, Gerard.
Yeah, I do. And you know, to your point there, obviously at a much lower amateur level, I've been in that same situation, and you got a guy you have confidence in at the plate. You got 3-0. You're not really generating any offense. You're thinking, well, you don't get too many fastballs that you can get when you got somebody mowing them down on the mound. We're going to take a little risk here. And, of course, you know what happens, Bob, is you give the hit away, and it works out, and you get on base. Well, you're a genius. But if you give it and you get a pop-up on the infield, what do you do that for? That's how it works.
That's 1,000% right. In this case, though, it was the right decision. You had a freshman coming up behind Slade Wilkes. He's your senior that's led you all year. And, you know, as I said in the postgame, we have a lot of confidence in Slade, and he came through. So, yeah. But you're right. You pop up on the infield, and everybody's screaming, what is Oz thinking? It was 3-0.
Exactly. Oh, man. But that's what's so neat about the game because, he's about an eighth of an inch off on the bat from that being in the gap somewhere is what that usually means. Oh, man.
100%.
That's
100%.
So much fun, though. So do you like Southern Miss proceeding through the tournament and winning this thing?
Well, I think they have a really good chance. You know, they're a real gritty team, and they're used to winning. They don't quite have the pitching depth that they had last year. They've lost two of their projected starters and one of their main relievers this year to injury. They had 5 kids drafted last year on the pitching staff after their junior year. So they're not as deep pitching-wise as they were the last couple of years. I think it's important to win the game today and stay in the winner's bracket as opposed to falling in the loser's bracket where now then you got to play a lot of baseball games, and I'm not sure that that's where they want to be. I'm pretty confident that they would prefer to win today, play Saturday morning, and then play in the championship game Sunday. Yeah. As we speak, Gerard, Coastal Carolina just hit a home run over the right field wall and tied this game 3-3. So
oh, wow. Awesome.
To go back to what you're saying, it's so competitive, and anybody can beat anybody. It's a great, great sport.
No doubt about it. And, of course, the tournaments are endurance tests, you know, who's got the arms that could get them through that deal.
100%. That's Louisiana appears to have the deepest pitching depth. But figure this, Gerard, they got beat 7-3 yesterday by Old Dominion, who had to play a play-in game to get in the tournament, and Louisiana's the number 1 seed.
Wow.
So you just never know. You just never know.
And then, of course, Bob, we got to talk about William Carey going back to the NAIA World Series again, second year in a row. What a great program that is.
What an outstanding accomplishment to make it to the College World Series 2 years in a row. You just can't say enough about Bobby Halford. I think he's been there 29 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Just a great man, does a fantastic job with that program, and very happy to say that our Hattiesburg station will be carrying all their games. We're big partners and supporters of William Carey, but I don't need to tell you, Gerard, what an accomplishment it is to make
unbelievable.
Series 2 years in a row.
Great program, disciplined program, always competitive, and it seems like they're always in the postseason, man. And here we are 2 years in a row in the World Series. Unbelievable accomplishment. It's a destination program, as you know, Bob. A lot of players want to go there for that experience and that opportunity.
Well, there's no question, and I think what you said at the start of this segment is so right. You know, at every level, it's hard to compete because you have a lot of competition obviously, and for William Carey to accomplish what they've had just says a world about that program. And in a sense, they play in sort of a shadow in Hattiesburg, of course, with all the success that Southern Miss has had, but take nothing away from the Crusaders, man. There's something that they're a program that everybody in the state of Mississippi, Gerard, should be proud of.
Absolutely. Baseball juggernaut, college baseball juggernaut for sure. Well, Bob, we got to go, but I know you guys are going to have a good tournament. We are cheering on the Golden Eagles, and I'm so pleased that we're going to be carrying the broadcast for William Carey as well. That's neat.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Gerard. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man.
Okay.